What did you like best about Carter's outing today?
He executed. He was efficient. I think that getting into the sixth inning this time of year was important, especially against a team like that. Really good approaches at the plate. You can't get too consistent against this team. You have to pitch well, and you have to attack, and he did a good job of that, as did Bryce.
Yeah. After Carter wasn't at his best last week, what was different this week?
Just more strikes, landing his breaking ball, more efficient with his fastball. He just got better, and that's what you got to do, or at least that's what your hope is just to get better every week. Hasn't really pitched a whole lot, you think about it, and I know we talked about this, but the ramp-up time to get into pitching is very, very small, so he'll get better as he goes.
Yeah, to that,
Yeah.
That's hard to do. It seemed like he got stronger almost when he got into the 70s and 80s, and it's not a place kids, especially on a cold day, succeed this time of year.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I think it takes some time to feel the ball and feel the zone again. And he pitched a lot for us last year. Pitched some in the summer with Team USA, but then he didn't pitch in the fall. And to assume that kids are just going to have touch and feel right out of the gates, that's not always the case. He's a talented kid, but he'll get better.
How big is it for you guys only using Carter and Bryce versus UCLA, 6 guys deep?
Yeah, Friday night, if you can do that, you put you give yourself the staff a good chance moving forward. So that was important. Bryce has helped us now 2 games in a row that he's pitched. He's been able to extend himself, and that's been very helpful. Very aggressive and very strong at the end of his outing too.
I think he threw 10 strikes to start his outing, which again, not easy to do on a day like this, lineup like this. Has that been typical of what you've seen?
So far, I mean, he's been very aggressive. He's got good emotion as he pitches. He gets down the hill really well, and he holds on to his velocity. And not just the velocity. I know the numbers are the numbers, but it's spinning well. You can tell by the swings.
What did you like from your lineup tonight, especially during the 5-run fourth inning?
It was just timely. That was the difference in the game. It was just the 1 inning. I mean, we were fortunate to get the bases loaded. Trek started that, but when Parker got hit, it just gave Davis an opportunity to get up, and I thought Davis, he just hit early. I think in those situations, get on something early because you're going to get a pitch. And he did, but he put it in play down the right field line. We scored. Espy got a big hit too. That was a huge inning for us. But getting that last run in the 8th was just as important. I mean, you get into a situation where they're very capable of coming back. It was important to put 1 more on that scoreboard.
Back to Bryce for a minute. I don't know if this is fair. You tell me how you'd say it. It seemed like he was a little more of a touch and feel guy last year, and maybe a little bit more of maybe a lot more of a power guy this year. He just looks like he's a different pitcher.
I think he just was probably more tentative as a young kid. I think now, being older, Chris, he's a little bit more aggressive. Feels the ball better, different face. I mean, emotion. I can see that.
2 for 3 for RJ Austin today. What have you seen out of the freshman in the season here?
He competes. He just likes to play. He reminds me of a 70s player. It's no frills, it's very enjoyable to watch. Someone who hits the ball and see hot legs coming out of the batter's box and just playing at 1 speed. I go back, it reminds me of certain players I've seen in my lifetime, but it's very enjoyable to watch amateur players play like that.
It looked like UCLA was trying to slow the game down a lot, and you all were trying to go pretty fast. Do you think that kind of speed gives you guys an advantage?
I mean, I hope so. But if I was playing, I'd probably do a similar thing. You just trying to control the running game when you can. So they did that early with Cal. But I understand that it's kind of the counterbalance that you have to do in order to slow someone down. But you got the clock now, so it helps us a little bit.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks,
Thank
Ken.
you.
Yeah, appreciate it.